Good day, dear colleagues. So let's wait approximately 3 minutes to give the opportunity to other participants to join. We will start in 3 minutes. Okay, so let's start. I kindly ask to confirm you can see me and you can hear me clearly. Any sign in the chat, please? Okay, so welcome to our today's webinar. And our theme today is why is an account with AMI is safer option for business. It's team represented by our first speaker, Sigita Cise. She's the head of sales of Satchel.eu. And the second team, how can you easily pass all verification levels with banks. This team is represented by our head of business development of Lextensio, Marina Palamarchuk. So my name is Anastasia Svarych. I'm CEO and founder of Lextensio, and I'm honored to be today's moderator. Let's start. We will proceed with our first speaker, Sigita Cise, and I kindly ask you to ask all your questions in our chat during Sigita's speech, but I should warn you that she will answer all your questions in the end of her speech. So, Sigita, please, you have a word and welcome.
Hello, everyone. So as Anastasia presented me, my name is Sigita Cise, and I represent Satchel, which is electronic money institution based in Vilnius in Lithuania. To present shortly our company, I would like to say that our company got its license back in 2018, and it has been successfully operating and expanding ever since then. Even if Satchel is not a bank but electronic money institution, we definitely can offer a very wide scope of services for our clients, whether it be private clients or business clients. I would say that our main strength is that we are directly connected to Centralink, which means that when it comes to SEPA payments means in euro and within European Economic Area. So we have direct access to it, and there's nobody in between Satchel and SEPA. So when it comes to SEPA payments, We are direct provider of that. Moreover, I believe Satchel was the very first electronic money institution here in Lithuania that became a principal member of MasterCard Europe for card issuing. So in short, this is about Satchel, and I would like to move next to explaining a little bit about the services that we can offer as of today to our private and business clients. Being electronic money institution, we're definitely not limited to just a couple of services. As you can see, there are listed quite a few of them. So the main ones, of course, is unique SEPA business and personal accounts. Unique, it means that those accounts are in the name of the client. Moreover, we are able to offer unique and shared SWIFT business and personal accounts. Moreover, SEPA Instant, SWIFT payments, they're also very welcome for our clients, and MasterCard payment cards issuing. As of today, we offer prepaid cards for our clients. Very soon, we're launching also debit cards, so we will be able to offer this. And speaking of cards, of course, those can be not only plastic, but also virtual, which is very convenient for nowadays clients. Moving on to a little bit bigger products and services that we offer. So the one of them is payroll programs for corporate clients. Payroll program means that if there is a corporate client that would like to have more than 5 cards connected to their business account. So we can add, for example, 100, 200, 1,000 cards, even if necessary. And those cards are connected simply to this one business account and can be funded just from this business account. So the business client is basically in charge what amount of money is going into each card. So those cards can be then given to the employees, those who are going, for example, on business trips, right? Those cards can be given to the partners, to suppliers, to whomever, basically. But the idea is that the card holder can only spend the money that is on the card. As you can see, it's written that we offer banking as a service, which means it is a white label product for companies that do not hold any financial license, but maybe they would like to try themselves in the field of fintech. So what we do, we offer to such companies to become our white label partners, and we simply rebrand our platform. Satchel has a platform, right, with the core banking system and everything. And instead of Satchel's name, there appears the name of a certain company. There appears a different logo, different colors, and that company's clients can, they believe that they will be opening a business or private accounts with this other company, but actually Satchel is doing all the work for you. So you do not need any compliance, any other officers. All you do is just marketing, and you attract the clients that they believe that as if they're opening accounts with you, but actually it's actually behind it. Moreover, other white label products are offered for our clients, but the ones that are financial institutions. So of course we have also financial partners who maybe do not have some services that we have. In that case, we connect those services via API connection straightly into their own core banking platform. So that could be virtual IBANs. So as Satchel is issuing virtual European IBANs, we can issue IBANs even to another financial institution's clients. And the same is about our cards. We can issue the cards via API connection to the clients of another institution. Moving on next, I would like to emphasize that Satchel is mostly business client oriented. Of course, we offer services to our private clients as well. This is not a problem at all. But throughout the years, we noticed that we are strongest in advising and consulting and in providing services mostly to business clients. We are not going after masses. We prefer to have fewer, bigger, loyal clients whom we can even adapt and adjust our services if it's necessary. So we want to hear business clients' needs, and as long as legally and technically it's possible, we will go this extra mile and to make our business client happy. Some may ask why business clients will trust us. We are EMI, right? We are not a bank, but still we do have quite a lot of business clients. So I would say the answer lies in the fact that we provide not only SEPA, but also SWIFT payments. We provide also payments through cards. So it means we can definitely serve not just European client, but also global client. Of course, there is a certain list of countries we cannot work with. So it's the main sanctioned countries, prohibited countries, but I believe it's not big news that we cannot really serve certain countries. However, I can proudly say that we have clients from all over the globe, definitely from all the continents. So if your business is based in Canada, in Hong Kong, in Brazil, you're very welcome to to come and use our services. Besides that, I would like to emphasize industry diversity that we accept. So our risk appetite, I would say, is higher than the one of regular bank. So, for example, if your business is somehow related to crypto industry, to licensed gaming, licensed gambling industry, dating sector, adult sector, you can come to us, and I'm sure that we will be able to offer at least a couple of different payment options. So you can be happy, you can serve your clients, and you can get your business running properly. Now going to more important topic on how to get this business account open, right? So I would like to guide you through the main onboarding steps that it takes to have this business account approved and open for your usage. So the very first step is you just need to go online to Satchel's website, click business account, and you are in front of an online application. Basically, what you need to do, you fill out your online form, you attach the main KYC, KYB documents, make sure that those are valid, that those are present, just to save some time afterwards. So when this online application is filled out, you will get automated email from us. And this email is very important, actually. You cannot miss it, because this email will help you to set a password in the system and will guide you to go through online video verification. This is a very important step, because don't forget that you are opening a business account completely remotely. So we must verify the identity of the person who is opening it. This is a very important step, and try not to miss it, and try to follow all the indications that are mentioned for you. So once those two first steps are done, we get your application fully, and our compliance team starts to review it. This may take some time, and do not be frustrated if some additional questions are being asked you. This is a very standard process. This is very normal procedure. Basically, once you submit an application, you will be introduced to your dedicated account manager, and your account manager will always explain to you if you need to provide any additional documents, if something was not accurate, maybe something to clarify. So in this part, I would just really recommend and advise everyone to be completely transparent and honest. Because even if, for example, you cannot provide some requested documents, that's okay. Just explain why you don't have such documents. Maybe there was some kind of misunderstanding. Maybe there was a mistake left in the application. It's all fine as long as you explain it to us, and we will understand it. So the onboarding process goes on, and hopefully your business account is approved, and then of course, you have access to your client office. The client office is not only on the web version, it's also on mobile apps. So you can have a mobile application and Android and iOS version, of course. But for how to say, for more complicated use of client office, we advise you to use web version. If you want to order a card, if you want to open additional business account, you will need to go through web client office. And mobile application is more for daily banking, right? For the payments execution, to check what kind of transactions were made and everything else, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then what to do so this onboarding would go smoothly. There are a few tips that all of you could use to avoid mistakes, to save some time, and to have it more stress-free experience, basically. So it would be ideal that you have your company and your own documents valid and prepared upfront. So it's important to note that, for example, proof of address of authorized signatory must be not older than 90 days. So if we ask for a proof of address today, please do not provide the one of the last year. Also, please check that your ID or your passport is not expired. Please make sure that you have all the main business documents, like incorporation documents, shareholder certificate, and so on and so forth. Of course, we have a list of the main documents, even on our website. But I believe each business understands that providing such documents is a very important step, and we can't really miss it. Another thing is complete video verification in time. This is very important step, as I mentioned before. So from the moment you receive the email, make sure that you set password and you go through video verification within the next 24 hours. You have an entire day for that. So it's not just a few hours. I'm sure you can plan your time accordingly. And even if you miss the deadline, you can ask us, our support team, to resend you the link. But to save time, to make it a more smooth experience, it's much better if you go through it all at once, and there's no need to go back to this part. Another tip would be always consult with your account manager if something is not clear. If you have any questions, if something is not clear and you would like to get any particular assistance, apologies for that. Just consult with your account manager. You have direct access. You have phone number. You have email address. So do not hesitate. And the last thing, once you are filling out the application, it is quite long for a business client. For private clients, it's quite short, just a few questions, just a few pieces of information. But for business clients, it takes a little more time. So even if you do not have all the information present with you, you can always click on Save Progress. Once you save progress, you can always go back to the application and continue later on. And the main, I would say, topic today to discuss, so why electronic money institution is better, is safer comparing to a bank. So if you ask me straightforwardly, I cannot say that it's a better option. It's just very different option. Electronic money institution license and bank license, it's completely different license, completely different category. But comparing those two financial institutions, maybe I can point out a few important advantages, maybe why it could be a better choice for a business client, especially. So the first one is that it's a completely remote onboarding. You do not need to be present in the office. We do not need to see you physically, right? So you can open this business account from anywhere. Just important that you have internet connection, you have your ID, your passport with you, and the documents ready and the information, right? Nothing else is necessary. Another thing is it's quite quick onboarding time. So it takes approximately a couple of weeks to activate your corporate account for usage. It doesn't take months as usually it takes with banks, but also pay attention that for some of clients, onboarding process may seem very strict, complicated, taking even 2 weeks. But pay attention to that once your account is approved, we do not apply any limits on transactions. So basically, when you are onboarded, we do not apply limits. For example, that you can send only up to 1,000 euros per week, 10,000 euros per month, or so on and so forth. Even if you want to move millions within our payment railways, you can do that as long as you have supporting documents, and that's it. Another thing is we do not ask you to pay anything upfront. So compliance reviewing and onboarding process is absolutely free of charge. Only when you are approved, we are asking you to kindly cover the account opening fee, and you start paying monthly fee and transactional fee. But before that, until you are approved, you're not paying anything. For that, as quite a few of our competitors actually do. Another thing is, again, as I mentioned before, we accept more complicated and more risky industries. So if business is related to crypto, to gaming, to gambling, many banks would just shut you down immediately, but we're ready to talk to you, and I'm sure we can offer quite a few payment solutions for your specific case. Another benefit is that you get a dedicated account manager. So it's a live person, live point of contact in the company. And also, speaking of our support team, it's not a chatbot. It's a live person on the other side of the phone, email, and chat. So this is not some generated frequently asked questions answers. You have a live person answering to your questions, and you can always discuss and express your needs and concerns. Moreover, for your security, even if it's like fully remote, we still absolutely guarantee full security system for you and for your payments. We understand that payments is like one of the most sensitive thing for your business. So we do our best to ensure the safety of it. So 3DS, 2FA, and full compliance with GDPR is granted and guaranteed. Another thing is you have access to your funds 24/7. So any time of the day, you can access your money through the mobile app, through your web client office, and you can send a payment, you can find your card, you can check the payments and everything. You do not need for working hours of the bank to get access to your funds. And the last, but I would say the most important advantage comparing why choosing the electronic money institution instead of bank is that all your funds are absolutely safe. There is no insurance for up to 100K, 300K. All your funds until the very last cent are kept at segregated account with central bank. We are not allowed to mix our funds and clients' funds. So all clients' funds are kept safely at Central Bank of Lithuania. And even if something bad happens to Satchel, every single client will get their funds back. What you could not probably do with the majority of banks, especially if you are keeping larger amounts of money. So I hope that was useful. The main points were covered for business account for our services, our business account opening process, what are the tips, and why to choose electronic money institution maybe rather than bank if you can choose. So that would be it from my side. I will be waiting for your questions afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, I just remind that it was Sigita Cise, head of sales at Satchel.eu, with her presentation, why is an account with EMI a safer option for business? Lextensio, as an partner of Satchel.eu, always propose to clients such option for account opening, and from time to time we face with biases regarding EMI, and often clients, they're aware of some names of EMI, but they have no idea what there are two types of licenses, like EMI license and bank license. Sigita, probably from all your list, you can highlight three more important points why clients should choose EMI but not bank, please.
Sure. So the very first one, and the one that I finished with, I think, and the most important for our business clients, as I noticed, is the fact that all their funds are safe with them. I mean, we are not allowed even to touch the client's funds. So it's not like if, let's say, Satchel goes bankrupt, they will get just a part of it back. No, they will get all of their money back. And I think this is one of the most important advantage, and this allows the business clients to feel secure keeping funds with us. So I think this would be number one. Number two would be completely remote account opening, like the client can be sitting somewhere in the Caribbean island, right? And having the business maybe running in Italy, and there is no need for him to fly in to open account or to close the account. They can do it absolutely remotely. And I don't know, I can't choose between for the third one, but I would say it's about the more underserved industries and those complicated industries, right? That banks usually are not taking, and they are not even speaking to. If, for example, a crypto exchange needs to open a business account, even for their daily needs, for them it's too risky. And we found a way how we can serve such clients. So I think those would be three the most important ones.
Okay, I have my three topics why you should choose Satchel.eu, because we really recommend to client. And number one is customized and clients-oriented approach. We really recommend Satchel.eu because we sometimes face with other financial institutions with bowling request from department to department. Here you can be in sure you're in safe hands, and you won't meet something like that. The second one is really smooth process of onboarding and support guide you through all steps. It's totally fantastic. And probably number three is what Satchel.eu dealing with a lot of verticals. If you hear sometime that some EMI doesn't deal with some vertical, it doesn't mean it doesn't want to, just it doesn't have such facilities and doesn't want to jump into some industry deep and to have additional support and so on. So my next question is, you mentioned that during the process, clients could not have such some documents, and you will wait till they will have it. But what's the limit of your waiting till you say that let's stop this onboarding process? We are not waiting for documents anymore and canceling the application.
No, there is no such thing as a limit of waiting. We are constantly communicating with the client. So as long as client is communicating with us and they're saying, look, I'm waiting for my attorney to prepare the documents. It will take another week, or maybe I'm on holidays at the moment. I will get back to the office next week or even next month. We take all the notes and we mark that in the system, and we definitely do not just reject the client because they asked us for some additional time to wait. This is not a problem for us. The problem for us would be if the client is not answering in any way for a month or so. In that case, we understand maybe the client is not interested. But if client has some kind of problems and struggles to provide the information and documents, we will wait. There's not a problem at all.
Okay, and the next question, you already mentioned it, but we had the question, what security guarantees do you provide? You mentioned that you have some obligations due to your license with regulator, but probably here we need to clarify, do sign any documents with client that you guarantee to recover all funds in case of something happen?
Yes, but this is just absolutely legal. It's written in the law of holding the EMI license, and we have no space for interpretation at all. So this is 100% sure that clients always have full access to their funds, and whatever happens to the company, client has a right to request and demand full funds back to them immediately. And we do have very strong compliance team, strong legal team. For a reason, we are successfully operating for quite a few years already. So so far we did not have any problems or any big litigations. And in general, speaking of security, we are also very strict about clients' data and their finance, or even, for example, when a client wants to change authorized signatory of the account, we take that very seriously. There are very strict procedures, so nobody would I don't know, imply the identity theft. So like, we always make sure that this is the right person who is in charge of dealing with the funds of this business account. This is very important for us, and we do not want to lose the license, so we fully operate according to the rules.
Okay, so due to our main topic, how to avoid common mistakes in bank account opening, probably the first one is to understand what's the difference between bank and EMI. So thank you, Sigita, for your time and for your speech. And I'm honored to proceed with our next speaker, Marina Palamarchuk, Head of Business Development of Lextensio. And she will jump into the topic deeply and will tell us how to pass easily all verification processes. So Marina, please, you have the word.
So I hope you can see my screen easily. So as you already know, my name is Marina. I'm head of business development department at Lextensio, and today I will tell you how can you easily pass all verifications levels to open an account. So we already know about the let's say, process, and that some documentation will be requested during the process of account opening, but let's go deeply. First of all, I would like to clarify what we will speak about. We will speak about the common reporting standard and why it's important and what do you need to know. The next, we will discuss the list of information or data that commonly requested by financial institution. After that, we'll speak about the know your customer procedure and due diligence procedure, and we will clarify what is the difference. After that, we will speak about the evolution of know your customers procedures. Let's go. So yeah, first of all, I would like to stop on this topic, and I would like to share with you information regarding the common reporting standard. The aim of this standard is to provide transparent tax environment, and this standard was implemented in July 2014 by Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And due to this year, already 137 countries joined this standard. I believe that we have Ukrainian speakers, so it's Ukrainian listeners. So it's important to highlight that Ukraine as well joined this standard, and since July 1st of 2023, Ukrainian banks have started collecting information about the non-resident clients, and as well they can request this Ukrainian tax authority can request this information from international institution. So now it's impossible to hide something, and you should be aware about it. Before we will move to the next topic, I prepare some present for you. So the meme is funny, but the situation is not, because there are two sides of this process, of the process of verification. It's the side of the bank or a financial institution, and they are required about the documents or data, and another side, it is the client side, and he don't have a time or he don't have a wish to provide these documents, and it can be a problem in the process of account opening. So now we will clarify why financial institution can ask some data or documents, and why it's important to provide everything, and why you can't provide a screenshot of some documents. So yeah, first of all, I guess it's important to indicate what list commonly can be requested by financial institution in the process of account opening. It is obviously that for individuals, we have a shorter list. It is like identification documents, proof of address, taxpayer certification number, and there can be different other documents. So if we're speaking about the identification documents, here you can share, for example, a passport or a driving license, or sometimes financial institution can request the international passport. If we're speaking about the proof of address, it is important to indicate, and we are asking to provide the update documents, not because we had this wish, because the requirements. So first of all, your documents supposed to be not older than 3 or 6 months. And it will be better if these documents, you can provide these documents in English or with a certified translation. If you're speaking about the taxpayer identification number, some institution can request it, but it's not such obligatory. If you're speaking about the legal entities, there are a really huge list, the documents that you're supposed to provide. First of all, you should provide all the necessary documents that show your registration information. So when the company was created, who is the director, who's the shareholder, what is the size of the share capital. As well, you will need to provide the information regarding all the directors and their documents, as well as all the shareholders and obviously the beneficial owner of the company. It's not our wish, but it's legal requirement. The next, what can be also needed, it's also financial documents. Some institution can request the information regarding the last annual report or any tax declaration of the company, and it's also necessary to provide. As well, it will be necessary to show documents that can confirm the ownership. And as well, you should provide the Know Your Customer questionnaire and obviously sign the agreement. But also, it is important to indicate that bank or a financial institution can also request the documents that show that, for example, you already have some counterparties or some business clients, and you already have signed the agreement and you have invoices. It will be needed on the next steps or in the start of the bank account opening. Is depend on the institution. And obviously, after all these documents, the institution can ask you to pass the video verification or photo verification. Also depends on the requirements of the institution, but you should be prepared that you can't skip this step, and you should do it. And I propose you to move to another topic. We'll speak about the difference between Know Your Customer procedures and due diligence, and why is it important to provide all the necessary data for both of them. So first of all, we should indicate that the purpose of these two procedures are different. And if you're speaking about Know Your Customer procedures, the primary goal is to identify and verify the customer and identity to prevent financial crimes such as money laundering and terrorism financing. If speaking about the aim or goal of due diligence, it is important to indicate the goal of due diligence is comprehensive assessment of the risks and benefits associated with a specific transaction, and that's all. Yeah, the second, what is important to indicate that the difference between Know Your Customer and due diligence, it is the difference in the procedure, in the process. So, for example, for Know Your Customer procedures, you will probably collecting and verify your customer personal information, including identification documents, address, and other details. And if you're speaking about the due diligence involves detailed analysis of financial statement, legal documents, business operations, and it's a process of evaluation of legal, financial, commercial, and operation risk. If we're speaking about the other things that make these two processes different, we should indicate that the focus of these two procedures is different. So first of all, if we're speaking about the Know Your Customer procedures, this procedure focused on the initial stage of the customer interaction and maintaining update information. In due diligence, the process focused on transactions and partnership. Also, the requirements of these two processes are different. In Know Your Customer procedure, usually established by financial services regulators and mandatory for financial institution to follow. So it's obligatory to follow by financial institution. In the due diligence process, it's also usually mandatory, and it's often conducted as a standard practice to ensure sound business decisions. And now I would like to emphasize why is it important to understand that the procedures of Know Your Customer and due diligence can be all time the same, and it should be updated due to some changes in the society. So I would like to emphasize is obviously that the Middle Ages banks don't have a verification, or this didn't have this verification, or verification was based on the rumors or good faith. It's obviously that in nowadays it is impossible to open an account without any verification. That's why I would like to indicate that technologies helps to improve the process of verification, the process of knowing customer procedures and due diligence procedures. And obviously now when we have any technologies and we can implement it, digital technologies in this process, the process of verification and checking all the documents of the clients can be easily. It is also important to indicate that the requirements, regulatory requirements, can't be the same. And it is obviously that you don't want to have an account in an institution where, for example, other clients doing some illegal activities, or I don't know, for example, have a bad reputation. It's obviously that you will have some connection with this institution, and this institution has a connection with this client. You probably won't do it. So that's why if we have in the situation societies that are supposed to bring some action, for example, 2 years ago we had the invasion of Russia on the territory of Ukraine, and it's obviously that the regulatory requirements changed, and there are a lot of institutions that now not accepting clients from the Russia. And if we, for example, I believe it won't happen, but if in the future we'll have any other problems, the regulator will do amendments and the requirements of the institution will change. Also, we need to indicate that data security and privacy also changing. And for example, a few years ago, we didn't speak about the GDPR or other things, but as far as these things was implemented, it's important to do all the process, know your customer procedures and due diligence due to this kind of regulation. And it's important to keep the data of clients safe, and it's important to ensure that this data won't be disclosed. So obviously that the things are changing, and probably tomorrow we'll have we will have any other regulation, but for now that is the main point that I would like to emphasize. And that the thing that I would like to tell our client that if we ask some documents, please provide it. As far as compliance team of financial institution, it's also people who is doing everything in order to complete some requirements of regulator. So let's do the process of bank account opening smoothly. Thank you. May you have any questions?
So it was Marina Palamarchuk, Head of Business Development Department of Lextensio, with her topic, how to pass all verification levels in bank easily. So Marina, in general, you told that in the beginning, just when clients are onboarding to account opening, they pass a lot of procedures and verifications. But in our practice, we often face with other verifications which are not just in the beginning. For example, annual verifications or any other verification of transactions from time to time. Can you tell more specific, is it allowed, and how often bank account or banks or AMIs can request something like this? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. It's actually not only allowed, it's obligatory, and you should also understand that the EMI or banks also have in their, let's say, reviewing of the documents, reviewing of the license, and it's important for them to provide the information regarding their clients to the regulator by request or not by request, it depends. So it's obligatory, and it's allowing by the law to do this request and request the document from the clients. Usually it's usually institutions do it annually, but if they have some if they see some risk, they can ask this information, and you should provide this information or data.
Okay, if a client provides such information and bank or AMI is not satisfied with this, what's next? They're just stopping cooperation, or they should to send some report somewhere. What will happen if a client goes to the position, I don't want to give you anything, or giving something, and bank is not happy with this?
So if they see a potential risk, they will probably close the bank account of the client, as far as they need to send the report and obviously to send all the information and keep this information updated. That's why if the clients don't want to share information, don't have a time to share information, don't have this information, it's important for them to understand that in this case, it will be impossible to proceed with the using of the bank account, as far it is obligatory to provide this information. So if they can't, then I guess it will be a safer option for the AMI institution to close the bank account.
Okay, and probably the next question for today, can you highlight 3 points, what to say to the client who doesn't want to pass verification, KYC, and due diligence processes in the beginning of onboarding? Why should they do it? Like your top 3.
Okay, the top 3. First of all, there are regulatory requirements, so it's impossible to skip it, and they should understand that it's not a requirement of one institution, it's like a requirement of all institutions in this world. If for example, there are institutions that tell you, okay, we don't need it, then they will probably ask it maybe 1 month after or something. So it's impossible. It's the first one. The second, we can just, I don't know, it's obviously possible to say, so if you will find an institution they don't ask to provide the documents, so we'll be glad to start the cooperation with this institution, but it's impossible. And the second thing, I guess, that you can help the client actually. Probably they don't understand the aim, why they didn't understand the aim, why you asking this document. So you should clarify everything. And as well, if they have no idea, for example, what is this documents? For example, I know some clients who start the business, if you're asking for financial statement or tax return, in the beginning, they probably have no idea what is it. So you should explain everything, and let's say act with them like with a child and explain everything step by step. And the third last, pretty simple, but I guess it's not useful when you're acting with the clients, is to share the regulation and to show that these documents is important. But I guess that in this case, the client can, consider this kind of bad.
Okay, thank you. So let's summarize. Today we had the opportunity to hear the speeches of 2 specialist, Sigita Cise, head of sales at Satchel.eu, and she guided us why you should choose AMI, why it is safer and better when the bank. And our second specialist, Marina Palamarchuk, head of business development of Lextensio, she tried to highlight main things that you should know during passing the verification process. So I really want to thank you for your time and opportunity to moderate today's webinar. Let's give the opportunity to our participants to ask any questions if they have them for now. Oh, yes, they have. What are 3 most popular clients' mistakes during the account opening according to your experience? Probably we will give opportunity to both speakers to answer. So who will be the first? Any volunteers? Sigita?
I can be the first, I think. Okay, so the most common mistakes, and that those mistakes can be really fatal, I would say, is that clients are or hiding information or not providing some documents, or they are avoiding to answer some questions. Because our compliance department may take this avoidance as a sign of that there is something really suspicious or something hiding behind that. So we always advise clients, just be honest with us upfront, because we had some cases like that we were onboarding the client for quite a while. It was a big company, and they did not mention that one of the UBOs had in the past some criminal records. And only during the onboarding process, compliance, they tried with different questions to get answers to that, but the company was most probably actively avoiding that. So this is bad. I mean, never hide information from us, because compliance will find out anyway. So it's better if they know upfront. Maybe we can find a solution together. Maybe it's not too bad, but just honesty and transparency is the best policy with us. So I think just always communicate with us, tell us what is concerning you, and maybe we can find a solution together.
Okay, Marina?
It will be kind of the same, but I'll tell if the client is not providing the documents, but expecting that bank account or EMI account will be open in 3 days. Or, for example, the clients can't find time for verification, but expecting that the bank account will be open today. And also, I guess it's important to tell that if they have some time for verification, they not always do it well. So, for example, if there is simply a request to do a photo or video with a passport, they probably will hide some, I don't know, numbers or whatever, and obviously they will need to repass verification. So, it's the main mistakes, not provide enough time to do everything well. And also, I guess, regarding the form of the documents, it's important to tell you. So they can send you some document that not looking well, or don't have any verification, or the scan is so bad, and they are expecting that you will do some magic. And after that, that not only expecting that you will do some magic, but they also sure that they are providing everything. And now, let's say, the ball on your side. So it's also a huge mistake and the problem in the working with the clients.
Okay, so I think we can finish our webinar. Thank you for your time. It was nice to have you today. Thank you for all participants for your questions and for your time too. And see you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.